Okay guys, so well, this channel is about meeting fascinating people in the amazing city of London, and today I'm going to present to you this amazing man sitting right here. He is a young guy who is on the path to becoming a millionaire, and it's not only about the money, it's about personality, it's about drive, it's about bodybuilding, it's about focus. So Nemo here is about all those things, and we're going to learn a lot listening to Nemo about his professional life, his social life, his personal convictions, and this is all going to be very, very valuable in our own lives if we are looking for inspiration and motivation from a real person. Okay.
Thanks, Darren. Thanks for having me here. I'm super excited to share my humble life and my experiences so far.
Yes, Nemo, so how... So you're on your way to becoming a millionaire?
Well, I hope so. Yeah, my company is worth in the millions now, but yeah.
But how old are you to start with?
So now I'm 25.
You're 25 and on your way to becoming a millionaire?
Yes.
I mean, it's a fintech company, right, that you've started?
Yes. Okay. So I
tell me about it. Just tell me, what is a fintech company?
Fintech basically stands for financial technology.
Right.
It's a brand new concept, a new generation concept that represents banks or financial services that have been done, in a highly technological way. Think about your Revolut, your Monzo, and your N26.
Right. TransferWise.
Yes. Something like that.
So yeah. What's your company?
So my company is an SME banking, so soft banking for small to medium enterprises.
Right.
So a bank that allows them to access the capital and the much needed finances they need to grow and to expand. Yeah. So that's my company. So especially in the emerging markets.
What's the name of your company?
My company is called Lenki.
Lenki. How do you write it?
Lenki is Lenkie. It stands for lending as a key to the internet economy.
That's interesting, man. Lenki. Okay, lending as a key.
Yes.
Oh, it's amazing. So you're only 25?
Yes, I'm 25.
And is this your idea?
Yes.
Damn.
I thought of the idea just in my tiny dorm room at Cambridge.
In your tiny dorm room in Cambridge?
Yes.
Wow. So, right, just tell us a little bit more about your company. How is this your path to becoming a millionaire?
So, I mean, I've always had a passion, to help small to medium businesses, and because I come from the emerging market, so I come from Africa.
You come from Africa.
That's where I grew up. I grew up in Nigeria and South Africa before moving to the UK. So I saw the difference, in how businesses in the UK, if they need a capital, they go to the banks, they go to different bodies, even grants to grow. But in these emerging markets, Africa, Middle East, Latin America, these small to medium businesses can't access loan. The banks don't want to lend to them because there's no visibility of their finances. So I thought, why not build a system that allows these SMEs access the capital, because the old way has failed them. So I'm building a revolutionary, way to enable them access capital, to grow.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had the idea in your dorm room?
Yes.
And then what did you do with the idea?
So the idea started with, I want to help SMEs grow, but I didn't know how to,
It did not start with, I want to be a millionaire and...
No. Okay. I've built so many startups, a lot failed,
okay.
The difference is when you chase money, you don't find it. But when you chase value, then you find the money,
Wow, you've said something very, very poignant here. When you chase money, you don't find it.
Yes.
You chase value.
Yes, then you find it.
Then you find it. Okay. Then you find what? The value or the money?
You find the money.
You find the money.
So in my initial startups, I was like, I wanted to have $100 million in my account by at the age of 40. So I was doing things, that were targeted at that amount of money, but it never worked out. I failed woefully. One succeeded. I sold my first startup to Microsoft.
You did?
Yes.
What was that?
It was a procurement system, that allowed the South African government, automate the entire government procurement process. So I sold that. That was in 2016.
Wow. How old were you then?
2016. I was like 20, 21. Yeah.
God, are you serious? How much did you sell it for, if I may ask?
No, it's a non-disclosed.
It's a secret.
It's a sealed deal. It's a sealed
So
deal.
you must already have like hundreds of thousands of dollars, pounds, whatever.
You have it, you lose it. As I told you, I've had so many startups as well. That has
Oh
failed.
God.
Yeah, but this one finally worked out, and I'm grateful, and I'm excited for what the future holds.
So what happens? You have the idea, and then who do you take this idea to?
I mean, a lot of people have this whole reservation that if I have an idea, I'm not going to speak to anyone about it because someone is going to build it.
Yeah.
But if you're afraid someone is going to build something you want to build, then probably it's not worth building it, because I'm telling you, the moment, if it's too easy to build, then it's not worth building.
Right.
So if you're afraid if you're afraid that it can easily be copied,
Right.
So I've met a lot of young people, they're like, hey Nemo, I've got this brilliant idea, I want to chat to you about it, but you need to sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Like, why are you afraid of your idea being stolen? If it's easy for me to steal it, then it's not worth building.
Yeah.
So what I always advise people is talk to people, find a mentor, find channels. Like I've spoken to over 200 people about this whole idea, ranging from CEOs of big companies to businesses, small to medium enterprises. Talk to people as much as possible, understand the market you're going into, understand the users of your product, because sometimes we think of a brilliant idea in our head, and we think it's amazing in our head, it's going to work, but have you actually spoken to the people that will use it? So speak to your customers even before building. That's what I always advise.
All right.
Yeah. I spoke to a lot of people about my idea. I surrounded myself with the right people.
Right.
So you don't want to surround yourself with a lot of negative thoughts. You have people that you tell about your idea, and they kind of transfer their fears and their insecurities on you and tell you it's not going to work out, it's too difficult to implement. Just keep yourself away from people like that. And execution is key. 1,000 people out there have the same idea, or have wonderful ideas that they want to build, but key thing is executing. A lot of people you have to have that tenacity, the strength and the willingness to execute to the end. So many challenges will come, but it's those that break through those walls, those barriers, that actually succeed.
Right.
Yeah.
So where did you take your idea? You talked to people. So who are the right people?
I mean, you find experts
Right.
in that field. Even like people that work in that area. Someone that has done something related to that space. In my case, when I needed to do something about fintech, I was opportune to, at that stage, I was studying at Cambridge. So I found a friend that was doing his master's in finance. I spoke to him like, dude, I want to build this finance related stuff, but I'm a tech guy. I don't know jack about finance. Can you teach me about finance? And
Wow.
yeah, he taught me, and I was like, okay, now if I want to build a company that is going to be big, in the finance space, how do I raise the money? So I started, learning about how to chat to investors, how to speak to them, and so it was a process. It was every step of the way it was learning. I didn't know a lot of these stuff that I know now. I had to learn from the right people, and you just find those people and pick the knowledge and compound everything. Then you make something beautiful. It's also the conviction, from day one I knew where I wanted to be. I knew what I wanted to do in life, but So all I had to do was to surround myself, with the right people, give myself the right mindset and the work ethic. Yeah. And always find the balance though, so you don't get exhausted. So work hard, play hard as well.
Yeah. So Nemo, just give me some tips on how to surround yourself with the right people. So you have an idea, you want to do something, and now you're looking for the right people. So how do you find the right people? I mean, when I have ideas, I find it hard to find the right people to talk to for mentoring, for advice. How do you find the right people?
I mean, I'm a social butterfly. I find it easy to network with people. And I talk to you. And I try to understand your mindset. What you're about. Then maybe, just to give you an instance, yesterday one of my biggest deals that I closed up recent was at a party. I went out, I was having fun. Then I met this guy, and I found out that he works in an investment bank, and I needed a lot of money, liquidity for what I'm doing now. And we started chatting about the whole about what I'm doing. I told him, he's like, dude, this is amazing. This is literally what I'm looking for. And it's not like you go outside and you're like, I'm looking for this person, but things happen. You're in different spaces, you meet people, you chat, you try to find out more about people and see, if you can leverage on the network or you can just be friends. But just, if it's negative, cut yourself out of it. That's what I always advise.
All right. Oh, that's very good. Nemo, so you're this young fintech guy who's starting a company, startup, surrounded yourself with the right people, and you're on your way to glory and riches. I want to know, where does Nemo come from? Tell me about where you were born and where you grew up, and how did you become this guy that you are today? I mean, I think I love your personality.
Yes.
I love Nemo's personality. He's amazing. He's really amazing. He's
Thanks,
fun,
Darren. Thanks,
life and soul of the party, and ladies love him, really. I'm sure they do, yeah? And so tell us where you come from, Nemo.
I mean, I was born in Nigeria to a middle class family.
Right.
I grew up there. Then after a while, we left to South Africa,
Right.
where my parents worked. Where I spent most of my early adult and teen years. So that's where I studied, and that was when my entrepreneurial spirit started. I always wanted to solve problems. And I was very ambitious. I found myself, I couldn't work for people. I wanted to do my own thing.
Right.
So that's where Nemo came from.
So how did you, from Nigeria, how did you come to England from Nigeria?
I mean, I've always wanted to study in one of the top universities, Harvard, Yale, Oxford, or Cambridge. But I didn't know how to, I didn't have the money, because obviously paying as international, you're paying for Cambridge almost £40,000. And
Right.
So it was something that I wanted to do, but I didn't know how I was going to do it. What was in control for me was getting good grades and preparing myself for it, but I didn't have the finances. But I knew somehow, something was going to happen. Life has a way of rewarding you, so that was my, thinking. Did uni, succeeded, had good grades, then applied to Cambridge. They found me interesting. I didn't know why, but they took me. And luckily, I got a scholarship from the Rowan Williams scholarship. Shout out to Rowan Williams.
Oh, wow.
They paid for everything from my studies to my accommodation. Yeah, I mean, if I write a book, they're gonna have like a whole chapter, of my life, because they gave me the opportunity, to do a lot of these stuff that I'm doing now. Without that, first pull, I wouldn't be where I am today.
So, sorry, what was that scholarship?
It's the Rowan Williams scholarship. It recognizes like really smart people that can change the world, but they don't have, either because of structural problems in the countries where they come from, they can't achieve all this stuff. So they identify people and then support you. They funded a lot of people from India, from Africa, from a lot of the emerging market countries.
All right. Are you still on scholarship or is
No, I'm done with school. So
you're done with school?
Yeah, so
all
now
right.
I'm just not on scholarship.
Now-
But I hope to be able to give back. You know, that's a big passion of mine now.
All right. Wow. So you are this kid from a middle class family in Nigeria.
Yes, yes.
And a smart kid who always had big dreams but did not have the money to make them happen.
Yes.
But was trying to make them happen, and you were studying well, and you applied for Cambridge.
Yes, yes.
And they gave you a scholarship. They recognized your genius.
I wouldn't say genius, but yeah.
They recognized there was something in you.
Yeah.
They find it worth their
Yeah.
money to give you that money, and
Yeah.
okay, wow, this is great.
They took a bet on me, and I'm glad they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they did. Wow, I'm getting a lot of inspiration from you, Nemo. So have you always been driven?
I mean, my parents, you know, growing up in an average Nigerian family, it's either you become a doctor, become a lawyer, an engineer. If not, you're a failure, right?
Right.
For them, so I've always had like really inspiring people around me, you know, that pushed me. You know, my dad didn't study in Cambridge, neither did my mom, but at the same time, they helped me dream. You know, even they helped me believe that, you know, you can only get to where you've dreamt about. You know, if you don't dream about it, then you can't do it. You know, so your dreams have to be big, even though they didn't even know how I was going to study at Cambridge or how they were going to pay for it. But at the same time, they didn't stop me from dreaming. You know, I spoke about it and they encouraged it. I said I was going to start this big company. They were like, yeah, you're going to do it. So they've always been very supportive.
Oh, that's cool. I wish my parents were like that.
Yeah. So that's something I'm very grateful for. You know, their support and help all these years.
Okay. And how do you? Okay, that's all about your professional life, your dreams. How about your social life? Tell us a little bit about your social life, because I know that you're the life and soul of the party. You're a fun guy. We've always had like fun conversations in the kitchen. You've taught me so many things about life. Tell me about where does that come from? I mean, is it because, I don't know. Tell me, is it cultural or is it just you?
To me, I always strive to find that balance in life. You know, I work really hard, so at the same time, I play really hard. You know, I try to balance.
You work hard and you play hard.
Yes, that's my motto in life. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Life is too short, so you know, make every moment worth it. You know, like life is not measured by, you know, the amount of breaths you take, but the number of moments that take your breath away. You know?
Now, who said that?
I don't know. It's some catchy shit I've seen somewhere, and I've been living with that. You know. Yeah, that's my motto. You know, just have fun while making an impact in the world. Yeah.
Right. Ah, fantastic. And I also know that you are very popular with the ladies. So
I knew you were gonna come to this question.
give us some advice, people. You know, young people, how to be attractive to women. How, you know, just generally how to be desirable to women. Like a lot of men I know struggle with that, and these days there's lots of pickup artists, pickup coaches. You know, they train people in how to talk to women. But I've always seen that you are so easy and effortless. I don't know if is it an African thing, a black guy thing, or is it just you, or whatever it is. Just tell me, give us some tips.
I mean, it's I think it comes from a place of self-love, self-confidence. If you're excited about yourself, I really love myself so much. Right. So I strive to take care of myself, smell good, look good. So when I'm out there, you know, I know I look good, and if I'm me, I'll date myself. So why wouldn't you
If
want to?
if Nemo is Nemo,
Yeah.
Nemo will date Nemo.
Yeah. So
Oh, fantastic.
and not to be cocky or anything, you know, I know what I bring to the table, you know.
Right.
And, so for me, it's all about. It's not a lot of people think it's all you've got to show a girl you've got money, or you've
Yeah.
got to speak about yourself every time, tell her you're this, you're that before she finds you attractive. No, I think it's a self-confidence thing. You know, you've got to be confident in a way, a bit cocky, but not really too cocky. And girls really love confidence, and it exudes. You don't need to force it, or you don't need to like be the creep about it. But yeah, just that's my key. You know, a lot of guys talk to girls and then they become creepy. But yeah, don't be too needy as well. I've been needy before at the initial stage. The thing to realize is a process, right? You go through that phase where you do some crazy things, you fall in love too quickly, or you think you're in love and you get heartbroken. You know, even when you're the confident self, but you find this girl that breaks your heart because either you were too needy or whatever. So I've been in that situation, I wouldn't lie to you. But you've learned, right? We all learn, and you know, you realize it's you know, just give her space, do your thing. A lot of guys, they send you the first message, you don't reply, then they send the second one, the third one. Dude, come on, you're you're doing the most, and it doesn't. So just take it easy. Take it easy.
Right. So what is the key to confidence? Is there a key to confidence?
I told you is an inward thing that reflects outward, right? You know.
How do you create that inward thing? That's the thing. How do you create it? How do you get it? The inward thing. Like, for example, self-love. How do you get that? I mean,
in most cases, right? I don't know. Like, to me, it's a natural thing, right? You know.
You're a genius and you love a genius.
The confidence thing is, are you able to hold a conversation with a lady? You know, you don't go in thinking, oh, I really want to sleep with this girl, or I want to make her my girlfriend. No, just see her as a normal person. Try and have a decent conversation.
Right.
You know, and most times, you know, if you can engage a girl, make her smile, you know, I mean, that's the hardest part, and that's you've won. You know, yeah, and take care of yourself. That's key. You know, as long as you're not looking weird and stuff, just take care of yourself. It doesn't have to be expensive things. You know, just look good and it shows, and the girl you talk to her.
I'm gonna try this as soon as I get out of your.
I mean, you look good and made already. You've got I really like your dress sense.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So.
Just saying that ladies are attracted to you. You know, I see that they're attracted to you because you've got that swagger. You've got that.
The pizzazz.
The pizzazz, the jazz. You know, the smile, the twinkle in the eye that never leaves you, which is amazing. So, amazing spirit you've got. So, Nemo, coming back to the company, Linky.
Yes.
So, what stage is it at now, and where is it going, and when do you think we are going to hear about it in the media?
So we just raised a couple of millions from our investors. You know.
You told me you made a $1 million deal.
Yeah.
A couple of $1 million deals.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just did that with our investors. We're still an early stage company with a very high valuation. So at the moment, probably by the middle of next year, it's gonna be on the media a lot. So at the moment we're just doing a lot of things low key, just getting all the nuts and bolts tightened.
Right.
Yeah, hired our first few employees, and we're growing across the emerging markets. Yeah.
So what's your role in the company?
So I'm the co-founder and the chief technology officer, so CTO and co-founder. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Then I've got another co-founder and CEO, my friend and brother, Sanjeev.
An Indian guy.
Sri Lankan.
Oh.
Yeah. He was formerly the head of trading.
Right.
At Citi Group.
Yeah.
In London here, you know, so he has massive experience trading trading bonds. He's traded over $2 billion worth of bonds, across emerging markets. So he's the perfect person to build the product. So hence, when we met, he was excited about the space. He was excited about the idea, and yeah, it's been a lot of progress since we started working together.
Wow.
I mean, there are two ways I'd like to answer this. The first is, in life, a lot of people tend to compare themselves with people around them, and a lot of your ideas come from what other people are doing. You feel an unnecessary pressure to do it. What I believe in is your own lane, is your own race, and is your own pace.
Your own lane, own race, own pace.
Own pace.
Wow.
So the moment you understand that and you believe that your only competition is yourself, you work to be a better version of you from yesterday. That's the mindset you get into, and everything changes. And it's not gonna be easy. Not everyone is born to be an entrepreneur. Some people are born to be amazing salesmen, amazing workers. You live your life and you do your thing. So if entrepreneurship is hard, it's extremely hard. It's sometimes very lonely, because you're stuck in this problem yourself, and people don't see it. People just see the glamorous part of it, but you don't see the late nights, the running to the airport just trying to catch that last minute flight for your last meeting.
I see the late night parties.
No, but there are late night works, but people don't see that, so it's you've got to have that, as I always mention, the tenacity to be able to see the execution to the end, not just, I told you, you said it now, you have idea every time there's but you just have to start. Some people believe, I'm gonna do this, but it's gonna take me 10 years, it takes me the next 10 years to do it. I'm like, I can start it now, do it in 6 months and fail, but I've learned a lot more than the person that wants to do it in 10 years when everything is ready. So the best way to actually do something is to start. Take that first step, do it. You fail, you get up, and you're way better than someone that hasn't tried. It's more risky to not try than to fail. Yeah.
It's more risky to not try than to fail.
Yeah, and I don't see it as failure. I see it as lessons. See it as learning opportunities. I don't fail. I learn.
Right.
Yeah, and it makes me better for the next bigger thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay, guys. So this has been Nemo, the entrepreneur, the fun life and soul of the party, and he also goes to the gym. He's got a great body as well.
Oh, thanks.
So
man.
this guy is like an all, what do you call them? All rounder, what?
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades, and he looks good. And oh God, he's so enviable. I mean, this guy, I envy him.
He's
really.
the hype man. He's the hype man.
No, I just envy you because oh God, I want to be born a middle class kid in Nigeria, and why? I think it's not about.
I mean, for me, I listen to Reese Wabara. He owns Reese Wabara. He owns a clothing line called, I think, Mania Devore.
Okay.
He's making it now big. He was a former footballer.
Right.
He's someone that I enjoy talking to, and
Right.
one thing he said, that resonated with me is don't believe your own hype. The moment you start believing your own hype, that's the moment you start losing. So
What does that mean? Believe your own hype.
So the moment you start winning, everyone around you keeps telling you, "Oh, you're doing so well with this." Then you end up relaxing. You end up sitting back and trying.
Right.
Well, just keep hustling like it's your first million, or it's your first 1,000.
Right.
It's your first couple of $100. Just keep the hustling spirit going.
Right.
And that's because it's not easy to get to the top, but to remain at the top is the more difficult thing. So a lot of us just, we do stuff, we get to a point and we just relax, we think, oh, life is good. And life evolves fast, so you have to learn to evolve with it and move with it.
Right.
That's the way I think about it. But this guy, when you see his quotes, I mean, he's very classy. He's very classy. Like, I've
In the back wall, we should have pictures of some, like the posters from Bond movies, with
the James Bond. How do you even do the hand?
Yeah, exactly, something like that. So, guys, this has been Nemo. Nemo the man, Nemo on his way to becoming a millionaire. He's already built and sold a company to Microsoft. Now he is building another big company. Watch the tech space for Nemo and his company Lenkey.
Yes.
To make a splash. It will be all over the media in maybe the next year.
Early next year.
Early next year. Okay, Nemo, thank you very much for all the information, inspiration, motivation, and just all your time, man. It's amazing. It's amazing to meet somebody like you, because it enriches my life and enriches other people's lives to meet someone who's got what it takes.
No, thanks, Ben. Thanks for having me on the channel. I remember, guys, please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And guys, remember, own lane, own race, own pace.
One lane, one race, one pace.
Yes.